what the world, or they call the illuminated ones, the enlightened ones.
Yeah, I
Right.
really don't know a whole lot.
Yeah. It's very.
I mean, I've never read the Bible.
Okay. Well, you got guys like myself out here. You can go-
My brother Jim was a born again Christian at one time, and he read the whole Bible like 8 times,
Yeah.
all the way through.
Cool, because I'm only into my third. I ain't gonna lie
He
to
read
you.
it 8 times,
Okay,
the
he
whole
doing-
Bible.
That's a good.
He fasted, I think, for 30 or 40 days. Nothing but water.
Ooh, the most I did was what, 2 days?
He did it.
Yeah, your brother did it for 15.
Yeah, and
All right.
he worked for the fire department, and he gave.
Okay.
You're only required to give
disciplined.
certain percent of your check.
10%.
Yeah, he was given like 50%.
Yeah, see, good man, good heart. But
That
all
was
right,
at one time. I'm not saying today.
hey, we all slip and come back.
Right. But you got that right.
All right, you take it easy. God bless you, man.
I'll be back through. I gotta walk home. I'm dropping off the movies.
Oh, okay.
God bless you.
You too, man. Yeah. So America is that missing link, which is Babylon the Great, which I was explaining to the gentleman there, and we seeing it and knowing it, and this place is gonna go into perdition. This Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyre, Thus said the Lord God, because thou heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou sit in the heart as the heart of God, as thou set thou as the heart of God. So that's what America did, doing this commerce, you know what I'm saying, during the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, before you got into the recession, and then they came out of that. But they exalted themselves, and now they sit as the head, as I read the Jeremiah, the 51st and 7th chapter, and now the nations are mad because they have took on the philosophies of it, but they did it through the wisdom. This Ezekiel 28:3, and how was they able to get a loop head upon everybody after World War II? Right when you had war, okay, what was World War II about? Was it about this bad guy named Hitler, which he was, and the Jews and being executed and exterminated in camps? So the Axis powers had to go over there and set everything up? No, it was about the prophecies of setting up the world that we're living in today, to bring America as that head to be the light of the world. Because America was the engine and rebuilt everything, and they was destroying the ancient world. See that? Who is that? The old elite power. And when they gave America the green light through Britain, they set up what? The Bretton Woods Conference. Because what was the money before American money became the #1 standard currency in the world? Britain. It was the pound. So they just transferred powers. That's it. Why you think when the queen had the baby and get married, it's on our news all morning? We looking like, who is these people? Right, them your leaders. Outside of your leaders. But let's stay with the story. So as America went on and became the engine of the world, this is where all the manufacturing and the light and the philosophies came out of the free world to the old world, over back to Europe and Britain and so forth. They set up America as what? The #1 standard currency. Why? For today. That's why. Because what is all this boiling down to? No, not this one. What is everything boiling down to? Let's get, like, what is the conclusion to the matter? Like, you see, we wearing masks now, right? Why? What's going on? Where did this mystery virus come from and so forth? This is what it's boiling down to. You had Jekyll Island. You had guys Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Chase. See that? The elite families meet on Jekyll Island, Bretton Woods Conference. They set it up. They set up the American currency through the petrodollar. Everything had to go and get traded in the world. They had to go through the petrodollar, which is Saudi Arabia, and that's what gives American money the #1 money on why you had the good old 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. Some of y'all say otherwise, but no, America took over the whole world in those days, because that's where you get what's my man name? Who built all the highways? Ford Motor. Because see, people don't understand where did Hitler get to build that whole army factory machinery as fast and as fluent as he did.
Now, are you self-taught about this, or were you always this smart about this when you were growing up, or
No,
did you self-teach yourself all this yourself?
Yeah, with a couple. Well, I had teachers who actually was taught from teachers.
I was just wondering how you learned all this. How you know all this?
Oh, I was previous to meet some elders of mine who happened to be
Somebody kind of taught you.
the whole layout of everything.
You believe everything they said to you.
I had to look it up first.
It's all true.
It's right here. Show me one thing on here that you say like, hey, why is this? Because I'm on this side right now.
Right.
I know you know about Jekyll Island, 1913.
I don't know what that was about.
It was setting up of the Federal Reserve Bank.
Okay.
When you go into the history of them setting up the Federal Reserve Bank, it was what's the guy name? Houston Mullen. It's a guy named Houston Mullen that you can look up on YouTube.
Yeah.
He really go into how the Federal Reserve Bank was set up. It's not federal because it's its own entity. It don't answer to no federal laws or anything. It's not. It don't have any currency backing it. I mean, what's backing our currency?
Is that back then or right now today?
Well, yeah.
What you're talking about?
Oh, well, that's 1910,
Okay.
1913
Well,
when they set it up.
Okay, is it still in effect today?
Yes, but I'm going to show you where we at today.
Okay.
So when you go down, and they set that up, you got the American currency running. Now they're doing what's called a digital reset. Because right now, you see America got a debt clock in New York, right?
A what clock?
A debt clock.
A debt clock?
Debt clock.
In New York?
In New York.
What's that all about?
You don't know about debt clock?
No.
Every United States citizen that's born, I think right now owes like $56,000 to the bankers of the world. Because see, the Federal Reserve Bank is owned by who?
The government.
What government?
The people.
Okay, so if the people own it, because let's say you own a business, right?
Okay.
Me and you, brothers or whatever, we own the business. Could you now give me currency, money, with interest from something that me and you owe? If me and you own this is me and yours.
Yeah.
Now when we go to do a function with this that's called life, which is currency, it lends us Americans our money from the Federal Reserve Bank with interest. And that's why it's a debt clock that I can show you.
Right. So what you said though was a person that is born today is already born with
Debt.
owing $53,000.
Yeah, it's on the debt clock right now. They keep track of it. It's public information.
The baby that's born. If I had a
baby
kid
that's
today,
born
that
right
kid
now,
already owes 53
because
grand.
the Social Security number
No kidding.
goes all the way back to what? When they did the maritime law.
So you're born into owing.
Right. Because your mom go down the birth,
Yeah.
canal, birth certificate.
Yeah.
When she dock you at the dock, somebody owned everybody in America before they even born. That's why you got a Social Security number that's tracking you.
Right.
That now you're going to have to take this RFID chip. That same Social Security number that we all had,
Yeah.
that this good old book was speaking about,
Okay.
that Revelation 13 and 16, that you're going to have to take a mark and you ain't going to be able to buy or sell. See, this God in the heaven that showed us this, they setting it up right now. It's called the digital reset. That's what this whole vaccine is about. It's getting you ready for the new world. The new world is set up now. Like you know how they say the new world order?
Yeah.
You're living in it now. That's why you have a totalitarian society. You know what that is?
No.
Okay,
I don't.
totalitarian means extreme rules, even if it's against your will, your science, or whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter. You're going to follow it, or you're going to be
It's the
excluded
rule,
from
huh?
society. that's what you're witnessing right now. That's how we know that we're living in the end of the world, and because everything is manifesting itself right now, just like the good old book said.
Jesus.
So
You're pretty smart, man.
yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's,
I mean, you're not very knowledgeable.
well, I'm an Israelite.
I mean,
I'm Israelite.
You read a lot, huh?
Yeah, I'm an Israelite. Cause see, this what happened.
12 tribes of Israel. So
Right.
which one are you? This one, Judah?
Tribe of Judah. You might be on here.
You're
see
Southern
yourself?
Kingdom.
Right,
Well,
Southern Kingdom. You know,
I don't know
people
what
say
I
they
am.
did- That temple over there, that's who stole my heritage. That Jewish temple right behind you.
Yeah.
The Jewish temple, and these guys that
This right here?
right, that one right there, that Jewish temple,
Yeah.
and them people who run this whole society,
Yeah.
they stole my heritage nationality and gave me one called African American, and then gave me a whole culture through Hollywood, through the music industry, and through their school system, and they taught me to behave in this manner that you see the African Americans behave themselves in. That's why this was happening. But it's a God in heaven whose name is Yahweh, which is a black man, because see, Jesus Christ is a black man.
Yeah, I don't know what I am on there. What the hell would I be?
Well, what's your heritage? Like, what's your father?
My
You
dad's
Polish, you Jewish, German,
I'm French, and
from France.
and my grandma's French, and
She came from Europe, from
Indian.
France.
Indian.
Your pops, where your pops from? Everybody came from somewhere
Well, my
to get
dad's
here.
mom was
Even me, I
was an
wasn't here.
Indian, German. My grandpa's German.
Okay, he was in Germany.
German and French.
Grew up, Germany, so forth.
Yeah, where would I be on here now? Well, my grandma's got Indian in her too, so here's Indians down here, but
Well, you got to go off your father line.
oh,
See, was-
that is my father's line. The German and French is my mom.
okay, your father was a Native American Indian.
Yeah, not full, but
Because his father was what? Because see your genealogy is based off of your father's line.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as mixed people.
okay.
See that? So see how simple
My
it becomes?
genealogy is not based on my mother's line.
Nope.
It's based on my father's.
Yep. Your
So,
mother only.
okay.
Well, let's go to what the Bible
Well, I
says.
always say I'm French Indian, but that's my mom's side.
Well,
So, I mean French and German.
yeah,
So I would
yeah,
be Indian and my dad was a mix of everything.
yeah. And what
Could
was
be
his?
Irish, English.
See, so someone like yourself, so far, just right off top, you would have to say, you would, because you consider yourself right now all this time as a Caucasian white man. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, but I'm not
From the
I'm like a
Polish-
mixed breed.
Okay, okay.
But if you don't call my ma, then you know.
Okay,
I guess my dad had a little bit of a bunch of stuff.
Okay, the European whites, whether they calling themselves German whites, or
Yeah.
they calling themselves Irish whites, or they call themselves American whites, or they calling themselves South African whites, or they calling themselves Australian whites, or they calling themselves European whites.
Yeah.
What are they according to the Bible?
That I don't know.
Edomites.
Edomite?
Edomite.
That's not on here though,
No,
right?
that ain't on here.
Okay.
The Edomites is another nation.
It's not a part of the 12 tribes of
No,
Israel.
the 12 tribes consist of.
So you said I'm Edomite?
Edomite.
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 Is that in the Bible?
Yeah, I'm sure it's real quick.
Okay.
This Genesis. But you said you mix, and your father come from different. So you can be a part, because you find out that
Yeah, I really don't know for
the
sure.
African Americans left Rome in 67 to 70 AD, when the Flavian dynasty.
Well, you remember all that, don't you?
Because it's my history. That's basically like saying, that's basically like not knowing your history. Like, how could you, as a
I
man,
really
how could
don't. I don't study it.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
if you had a uncle or someone who came and was like, I'm gonna give you your whole history, you gonna study it, right? That's basic.
I mean, if it's
You ain't
written,
gonna turn it down,
if
man.
it's written in a book in front of me, it might be interesting to read. Yeah.
Okay. Right. And
I mean-
and here's mine right here. See, this is another thing people don't know. These people on this list, their history is right here in the Bible. Nowhere else. You can't find these people's history nowhere else except in here first.
Okay.
That's why the historic and history books, they got a lot of these people's history that's on this list
Yeah.
out of here. It's just they
Really?
just made sure they don't know it. Because they changed them from what? From this to this. See that? This was their original names. Out the Bible.
Yeah, I never heard of any of
The
them, really.
Hebrews, Judah, Benjamin, Levi.
I heard of this one, I think. Simeon.
Yeah, Simeon. Dominicans. Saint Dominic.
Yeah.
See that? They was conquered by a guy from Spain named Saint Dominic, who was a priest. So when he went over there with the French and they took them down, they took the Dominicans down. Them was the Simeons from the 12 tribes.
When did you start getting into all this?
12 years ago.
12 years. That you know.
12 years
See, you
ago.
know a lot in 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. I was.
You
what?
can't learn that in a year.
No.
What
no,
you know.
No. 12 years.
And what made you? What made you or caused you to get into something like this? Something happened in your life to where you had to find Jesus.
Yep, I was minding my own business. I was on my way to college.
Okay. I mean, you were involved in drugs. You got in some problems with prison,
none of that.
Something caused you to want
I'm
this.
finna tell you. No, I ain't want it. I was minding my own business. I was going to school, and the voice said, and at that moment, I ain't smoked no weed that early that morning because I had a 10 o'clock math class. Can't smoke weed doing that. But anyway, when I was there minding my business, a voice said, "Get my house together." I'm like looking around, like, are you serious?
Not the house you're living in.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, who is this talking to me? Let alone what is this saying? I need to know who is this talking to me first before I even try to interpret what is this saying. So one, I don't know who is this talking to me, and two, what is you talking about? So I ignored it. A couple months later, it came back. But this time it came back and it didn't leave. It said, I said, get my house together. I stood up and I was like, well, what you mean get your house together? Pushed my spirit out my body. I bowed down, prostrated. My spirit was out my body. It came back in and it said, get my house together. I didn't know what was going on. I walked around the neighborhood, did a couple of interviews with a couple of my neighbors, saying we need to fix the world or something. And then my girl little brother came with a website and he said, do you know anything about, because I was into politics and government. So I'm a student in the history anyways. I'm into that. And he said, do you know anything about the 7 secret rulers of the world? I said, he was what, 14? I'm like, bro, what is you talking about? He like, no, my friend had this website. This is 2008. He like, just watch it. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch. I ain't got nothing to do. And I watched. It was a 12-part series of the 7 secret rulers of the world. And everything that I learned in silver and everything I learned about government and law in the world, that one video